I want to point out that we have members of the Hays family here. Louise Hays. Louise Hays' son, Robert, is here. His spouse, Ann. Their daughter, Heather. Heather has some little ones running, or younger ones running around. And then members of the Sue Bloom family, Ms. Bloom, and some granddaughter and grandchildren, and other members of the family. Good to see you. Why is that important? They gave us this park. This park started because of that family's generosity. I want to point out Walter Peterson. Walter, are you in the back? Walter Peterson's father, Jack Peterson, was the chairperson of Build the Park in a Day. Okay? What we see here today, a lot of the original park was built in a day under the leadership of Walter Peterson's father, Jack. So thank you very much. I want to say thank you to the Parks Department crew. If you're with the Parks Department, wave your hands. Thank you for putting this on. I don't think we have anybody here from county government, and I'm not surprised. How many of you were here that day, 75 years ago, in this site? I know Bob was. Anybody else? Anybody have family members who were here that day? Walter. Other people were here that day. Those people came together and built this park in one day. Okay, the story of Louise Hays Park, very briefly, is a story with 3 chapters. 3 chapters. Chapter 1, number 1, the gift. Robert Hays and his wife, Louise, gave 35 acres of land to the city of Kerrville. The stipulation was the land be used for a public park and that it be named for Louise Hays, Robert Hays' wife. Now, I asked Sue Bloom many years ago about the Hayses, and she told me they were a loving couple and they were good for each other. And so when I think of him making the stipulation that it be named for his spouse, I think that was a loving gesture, a romantic gesture. And so not only is this a public space, but it's also a remembrance of a family and of the love between Louise Hays and Robert Hays Sr. Chapter 1 was the gift. Chapter 2 is the community's response. They came to City Council. The City Council voted they voted unanimously to accept the gift. But they also did something else. They turned it into a community event. This park was not built by contractors. It was not built by consultants. It was not built by outside companies. It was built by the citizens of Kerrville. And they turned that project into a community event called Park in a Day. Just imagine our community coming together for a day to build anything. And some people say it couldn't be done today, and I think, oh yeah, it can. I've been here long enough. We can do whatever we put our mind to. In those 12 hours, from sun up to sundown, they cleared land. They built a large slab up near the pavilion. And people said, well, what's the slab for? And remember, this is the 1950s. It was for square dancing. It was a square dancing slab. They built an entrance gate. They cleared roadways. They built a floating pontoon bridge that connected the park to the old Blues Bonnet Hotel at the end of Old Garrett Street. And they worked from sunrise to sunset. And they accomplished their goal. They built a park in one day. And newspapers across the state told the story because it was kind of a miracle. A miracle on the Guadalupe was one of the headlines. All because of how our community responded to the gift. Chapter 2 was the community response. Chapter 3 is stewardship. Kerrville didn't just take a park and then forget about it. Kerrville didn't just take a park to put up some swing sets and let them rust till they fell over. No, Kerrville took the park, maintained the park, were stewards of the park, and expanded the park. In those first years, A new concrete dam was built, replacing an old wooden dam that was a hazard not only to anyone near it, but everyone downstream. The JCs, remember the JCs? I don't know that they still exist. They built a new waterfront, a new swimming area, and there was a guy named Cotton who used to have water ski shows right down here. And if you wonder how they did water ski shows in such a narrow lake, my mom and dad were not in the show, but they did they did water ski. And I remember going with them in the boat thinking, as we approached at full speed the dam here, I thought, we're going to die, we're going to die, we're going to die. And I was about 4 at the time. More recently, Lehman and Monroe added to our park with some acreage this way. We have a splash pad that is probably the most used feature of any feature in our parks. There are children out there laughing and playing almost every warm evening. And then the river trail, which is what, 9-10 miles that connects Preble Shriner Park, Shriner University, all the way down to the Dietert Center. And what it actually does is allow people to explore the riverside and not trespass as I did as a child. It's a lovely, lovely addition, and one of the most used features of our park. But there's also something else about stewardship. Every time I am in this park or walking along the trail, I always see a member of the Parks and Recreation staff working to make it safer, cleaner, and repairing it. So let's give a round of applause to our Parks and Rec. Chapter 3 is stewardship. We received a gift. We took hold of that gift, and we've taken care of the gift. To the Hays family, thank you for the gift. This beautiful park, with its wonderful story, is our legacy. It's a gift we have received. It's a gift we have taken care of. And it's one we will pass to our children and grandchildren. And I'm so honored to be here today to say thank you and happy 75th birthday to this park.